Peter Franklin, the Gabby Cabbie, in New York City with a brand new website, Peter.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk with your exalted one.
Gabby.com is the website address, but the website is brand new, so pretty
Yes,
exciting.
it is, actually, and it came as news to me because I didn't know that it was getting put up by the provider during the night, sneaky devils that they are.
Oh, so just brand spanking new. So
yeah, brand spanking. I can't even spit out those words.
Listen, a few stories that are out there right now. First of all, your thoughts on any of the Democratic convention from last night?
Can I be honest with you?
You sure can. I would only expect that.
I'm exhausted. I'm so tired of it. They're terrible people. I mean, how many times can I say that? When I say they're terrible people, that's going to just enrage half your audience at any given moment. I think Trump will be a terrible president. I think Hillary will be a terrible president. The two parties are corrupt and dishonest, and we're all doomed.
Yeah, it was very interesting, and there were plenty of people talking about how, well, Bill Clinton went through the entire list of all the things, from the day that he met in 1971, the day he met Hillary Clinton. But there were a few little key elements that were left out, a few pieces of history that didn't get included.
Yeah, well, they're just disreputable people. I mean, and as far as Trump goes, he's disreputable in his own way. It's a sad state of affairs. But I guess you can bemoan it and bemoan it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to affect the taxi industry, so maybe I'm safe.
I think you're okay. Listen, what else do we have here this morning? Nearly a dozen corrections officers were taken to the hospital after being exposed to pepper spray at a detention center in Manhattan. What happened here? I saw
that was their pepper spray, remember, because the prisoners are not issued a canister of pepper spray on the way into the jail.
Oh, they're not. I thought they were. Darn it.
They try to calm down the prisoners, and they're always having a riot at Rikers Island or one of the detention houses. That's because I guess that's the nature of those types of people that do riot. Sort of like politicians, come to think of it. In any event, so, I mean, it kind of backfired because the prisoners got a hold of the pepper spray and started pepper spraying the guards. Oops, I can't say guards. You have to say correction officers. Mm-hmm. So it's a good thing they didn't have guns, which they don't when they go into the cell blocks, because then the prisoners would all have guns now. But Rikers is not a nice place. I spent some time there on a vacation, and it really was not nice at all. I don't recommend it. Kids, stay narrow, stay focused.
Yeah, don't go there.
Don't do crime.
There's a story out there giving statistics, police department in New York City, about gunfire aimed at uniformed officers. Is that a problem right now in New York, like it is across the country?
It just was an unbelievable lie. There were two police officers sitting in a police car in Brooklyn, and they heard shots. And they said to themselves, that sounds like that's pretty close to us. Is somebody shooting at us? And so the police department released a press release that said, oh, no. Nobody was shooting at the cops. Nobody was shooting at the cops. It's just they were shooting at somebody else, as if somehow that made it better. Well, the head of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association and the Detectives Benevolent Association that represent the cops went absolutely ballistic because they said there was no question in the minds of detectives and people involved in it that the cops were shot at, and it's just a miracle that they weren't hit. And why is the police department kind of calming that down by saying it wasn't at the cops? So it's a bit of a brouhaha. My own personal reaction was they weren't shooting near the cops; they were shooting at the cops and just missed. Yeah. Thank goodness.
And here, you think about getting your fines, $170,000 in traffic fines and tolls, right? There's these New Jersey
well, that's
drivers.
The Easy Pass, which I'm sure your listeners are acquainted with.
Sure.
You must have it upstate in different places, right?
Sure we do, yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is that if you want to be nuts, it's very easy to evade if there isn't a gate. Just drive on through. And that's what these three people did, and they ran up about $170,000. I don't know what took so long to get them, but I don't know what punishment you're going to get. They probably don't have the money. I guess they'll go to jail or something or other. But that temptation is always there. You say, maybe I'll just drive through.
Best tour in New York City. You want to find out what's going on in New York? It's Gabby.com with a brand new website. Peter, thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.